Namaste. Hope you're all keeping well. It's a brand new day, and it's beautiful outside. Just a quick note, it's times that we're, stressed out that we most need yoga to release tension. Yet, this is the toughest time to make yourself practice. And just want to let you know that you're not alone in that feeling and finding it difficult. But we're here and we're given this opportunity, so let's get to it. And you can grab a couple of blocks and your blanket, and we're going to start in a child's pose. If you want to use the blanket in between your legs, like so, you can, and we're going to come down to the earth, taking a moment to just release. And let your elbows come down. If your head doesn't want to come down all the way, use a block underneath so that you can relax as much as possible. And let your eyes close. And just take note of your breathing. Notice the quality, the rhythm of your breath, the depth. Notice what sensations are available in your body. And notice where your thoughts are. And let go of judgment, let go of expectation, and just be where you are. And give yourself permission to arrive within your practice, knowing that you're taking this time out of your day to nurture yourself, to care for yourself. Let's take the right hand, slide it across behind the left elbow. If you want a little more of an edge, try turning your right palm to face the earth. And breathe into the shoulder and the upper back. Switch your arms. And let's come up to all fours in table pose. Take a few moments just to move your body any ways that feel good to you. We'll do a few rounds of cat-cows just to warm up the spine and get the breath flowing. As you exhale, pull your navel to your spine, sink back, and as you empty your breath, breathe in, come forward, tilt your tailbone up, lift your head, expand your lungs, and continue for a few rounds. Move at the pace that suits you. And as always, be curious about what your body is telling you, what signals are coming through, whether it's aches and pains or places that feel open, that feel good. Always paying attention and making that connection. If you notice you have maybe tension in your jaw or in the muscles of your face, open your mouth wide, say ah. Relax your face. And come back to center. Take your forearms down and walk your knees back just a bit so that you can bring your heart toward the earth, keeping your knees underneath your hips. Breathe into the front of your body. Breathing into the shoulders, or any place that you find that there's resistance. Just a few more breaths here. Press your palms down. Okay, walk your knees forward and take your hands back towards your heels. You could interlace your fingers at your lower back. And we'll rise up, come into a kneeling position, and with your hands behind you, press your palms together and draw both your hands toward the earth, opening up the front of the body and the shoulders. Take a deep breath. Relax. Let's step the right foot forward. You can use your blocks on either side. Square your hips forward and rise up. Interlace your fingers, press your palms against your right thigh. Send your hips forward and down as you lift up through the heart. Breathe into your belly. Bring both hands to the earth. Press your left hand into the block. Breathe the right arm up for a twist. Look up towards your right hand. Exhale, take both hands inside the right foot. You can use your blocks. Also, if the left knee is a little, if there's any discomfort being on the ground, use your blanket underneath it. So bring your forearms toward the earth and try to keep the right knee over the right ankle. Breathe. Remember that within each pose, as discomfort comes up, just remembering that this is temporary can be helpful, and that it's just a fleeting moment, and that you can do anything for a moment. And that's not to say that if you're in pain, then you shouldn't do something about it. But if it's just discomfort, then deepen your breath. Be patient with yourself and be kind. All right, we'll come up. Slide the right foot forward a bit. Draw your toes towards you and keep a bend in your right knee. Take a breath. And bow towards your shin. Slide the right foot to meet your left. And extend your right leg, hip level. Bend at the right knee and stack your hips on top of each other. Bring your left foot over to the left to help you to balance. As you raise your right arm, reach and catch hold of your ankle. Press your hips forward and press your foot toward the wall behind you so that you stretch through the shoulder and the quad. There's a little bit of a back bend here. Arching the back and leaning back. Take a deep breath. Exhale, relax. With your blocks about shoulder distance apart, bring your elbows down to your blocks. Walk your knees forward and then sink back into child's pose with your hands pressed together in a prayer position over your head. Let your head come down, breathe. Good. Feeling better? Left foot forward. Hips squared. Rising up. Interlace your fingers. Palms to the thighs. Send your hips forward and down. Lift your heart. Lean back a little. Deep breaths. Take your right hand down and breathe your left arm up into the air to twist. Opening the left shoulder toward the ceiling. Take both hands inside the left foot. Use your blocks to bring your forearms toward. Keep your breathing consistent. One more deep breath. And we'll come up. Hands on either side, on each side of the left foot. Straighten the left leg, but keep a slight bend in the left knee. Take a breath. Pull your toes towards you, bow forward. Good. The left foot to meet the right. And extend the left leg hip level. Bend at the left knee, stack your left hip. Right foot slides to the right. Reach with the left hand, catching hold of your ankle. Press the hips forward, lean back a little. Don't forget to breathe. Press the left foot away from you. Exhale, coming back down to the earth. Bring your elbows to your blocks, shoulder distance, knees walk forward, hips come back, hands together over the head. Okay, come forward and take your blocks to the side with your hands shoulder distance apart. Spread your fingers out, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. So slight bend in your knees. Let your heels soften toward the earth. Take a deep breath. Inhale, come forward. Plank pose. You could lower your knees to the earth. Draw your navel to your spine. Feel your core engaged. Press your heels toward the wall behind you. Extend the crown of your head forward. Exhale, lower to the earth. Slide your elbows forward underneath your shoulders for our Sphinx pose. Sphinx pressing down with the palms. You can also press the tops of your feet down. Deep breath. Also, by pulling your hands toward you, you get a little traction through the lower back. To take this deeper, bring your hands mat distance apart. Straighten your arms in seal pose. If this is too much, you can always come back down to the forearms. All you got to do is the best that you can, and that goes for any pose that we do. If you fall over or if you have to modify in some way, that's the best that you can do today. And being okay with that, accepting where you are, is a big part of this practice. Take one more deep breath. And come down. Relax against the earth. Take your hands underneath your shoulders, press back into table. Take a deep inhale. And a slow exhale, bringing your hips back towards your heels. Crown of the head lengthens forward. All right, come up to seated and set up your blocks to where one block will be in between the shoulders, lengthwise, and the other block will be underneath your head. It may take a little adjusting to get the right spot. Take your time. And once you feel like you've got a good positioning, bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees open to the sides. Turn your palms to face the sky, and just take some breaths here to let go, release into gravity. Make any small adjustments that you need to. to add a little shoulder stretch here. Take your hands over your head, interlace your fingers, and as relaxed as you can, just let your elbows draw toward the earth. Breathing. Bring your knees together, straighten your legs out. Press your heels away from you. And take the block that's under your head. Hold it at the longest length with both hands and press it away from your heels. You can let your head go back if that feels alright. Pull the block in half like you're going to tear it apart as you draw your shoulders down your back. And stretch through the whole body. Take a deep breath. Tuck your chin in. Lift the block toward the ceiling and then forward, rising up. You can take one block or two in between your legs and take a gentle forward fold. Let your knees bend. Small adjustments along the way as your body starts to relax a little more. Take one more deep breath. And we'll rise up. Okay. Before we continue, grab hold of your journal. And for today's journal topic, what I'd like you to write about is simply what you're grateful for in your life. People, pets, a comfortable place to live, opportunity to be educated, so on and so forth. And by doing this, writing about what you're grateful for, you reinforce that, that energy of gratitude, which is very powerful. So have fun with it. Let's take a little shavasana here, corpse pose. If you want to use your blanket underneath your knees for support, go for it. Bring your arms and your legs a little wider than your mat. Turn your palms to face upward. Draw your shoulders a little closer together so that the front of your body can soften. Take just a few minutes to rest completely. And let go of your breath, let go of your thoughts. Let your body heal. Gently begin to awaken, moving in small ways. You might take your knees over to one side, a little easy twist, and the other side. And roll to that side, and we'll come up to seated. Bringing your hands together, the light within me humbly bows and honors the light within each of you. Namaste. And in Lakesh, Alakin, I am another yourself. And I like it that way. Have a great day. See you soon.